Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Shorts live stream on this lovely night. Welcome, 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 welcome. Today, we're not going to be playing any games. We're not going to be doing any of that. We're only going to be just chatting, dude. I mean, that's the stream name. Just a chat. Just a little chat with you guys. That's all this is, man. But yeah, this is really just a chat. Just a chat. That's what it is. Ba-da-ba-da. Yeah. I was live a little bit ago with Jacob, aka Joystick Junkie, but we got off of there. And now we're on here. And as you can see, the thumbnail for this is loopy. Well, you guys might not be able to see because you scrolled on from YouTube Shorts, but if you look at the thumbnail for this stream on my channel, the thumbnail is loopy. And that's because it's so cool that I can just take this off and walk around like a freaking podcaster. I'll just hold it like. Hold on, I gotta unplug it and plug it back in. Yo, yo, yo. Okay. Sorry about that. Holding it like this. So, as you can see, I have Loopy over here. And I'm going to be getting him out. So, I actually ain't going to hold it like this because it can't reach that far. And I don't like it off its stand. So, let me get him. Okay. OBS disconnected for a second. Sorry about that. That was weird. OBS is weird sometimes. But. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. As always, let me check if the stream looks good. Been doing this since day one. Since the first stream I ever did. looking good. It's looking good. It's looking good. It's looking good. But yeah, there was that little section of where OBS kind of disconnected, had a little seizure for a second, but we're all good. We're all good. Really, the only thing I need to see is my chat, so I'll just pop out my chat, exit out of this, because we are going to be doing some reaction. Let me open up YouTube. The tube. The tube. Alright, let's react to some videos. Alright. So as you can see my screen up there, chat down here, and yeah. So let's just react to some videos. Let's react to... Does my computer have a headphone jack? I don't even know if my own computer has a headphone jack. It does. It does have a headphone jack. God, that's bright. As always. Alright, so I bought these new headphones. They're gaming headphones, but my headphones that I had before are better than these. So I'm just gonna wear these and listen to it from here, so that y'all won't hear an echo of the video I'm watching. Alright, y'all. Should be car. Oh, OBS disconnected again. Alright, y'all. Let's react to... I'm trying to find something good that would be entertaining for you guys and me. So how about this? Shout out to Tara Green, by the way. He's a W YouTuber. Let's react. This guy is literally... That's crazy, bro. Wait. Y'all might not be able to hear it. Yeah, you can't hear it because I didn't add a audio output. Now y'all should be able to hear the video.
Yeah, all these supplies are for the bed bugs.
Anyways, first up, I started to pour some coconut fiber dirt into the enclosure for step number 1, the floor. You see, for most of the floor, we want to use this dirt material, but...
So we'll do the sound for the video at like 50. It's like here. We'll see how that is.
That's not it. We actually want to pour a layer of sand on top of it, just like this. You see, I'm doing this because...
Bro, my thing's glitched. I can't rewind, bro. For some reason, it won't let me rewind. Like, rewind the stream. This guy is literally... That's crazy, bro. Wait, y'all might not be able to hear it. Yeah, you can't hear it because I didn't add a audio output. Now y'all should be able to hear the video.
Yeah, all these supplies are for the bed bugs.
Anyways, first up, I started to pour some coconut fiber dirt into the enclosure for step number 1, the floor. You see, for most of the floor, we want to use this dirt material, but...
So we'll do the sound for the video at like 50. Oh no, I'm not frozen. I'm not frozen. I'm not frozen. I'm just looking at my phone. I'm not frozen. Now y'all should be able to hear the video.
Yeah, all these supplies are for the bed bugs.
Anyways, first up, I started to pour some coconut fiber dirt into the enclosure for step number 1, the floor. You see, for most of the floor, we want to use this dirt material, but...
So we'll do the sound for the video at like 50.
That's not it. We actually want to pour a layer of sand on top of it, just like this.
I think that's good. I don't think that's too loud. If it is too loud and then anybody's in the stream, when people get in the stream, if it's too loud, you tell me. Alrighty, here we go.
Bed bugs would be almost impossible to spot
Let's
if they were
restart
just
it.
on dirt. Bed bugs
This
are
guy
tiny parasites
is
that hide in your bed and suck your blood while you
literally
sleep. But
perfect.
I've been on a mission to find the weirdest pet, and well, I just found a website that will literally sell you 10 bed bugs.
Now, I don't think these are meant to be kept as pets, but hey, $20, what could go wrong? Let's just buy these.
So in this
$20.
video, I'm gonna build a home for them, document exactly what it's like to have bed bugs as pets, and literally feed them my own blood at the end of the video.
What?
Yes,
I
I'm
didn't
not
see
kidding.
that
I don't
part.
know why I'm gonna do this to myself.
myself. Anyways, until the
I
bed
would
bugs
never.
got delivered, I got an enclosure to build their home.
Now, I'm pretty sure there's no documented case of anyone keeping bed bugs as a pet. So, I figured out what
yeah,
they need
I
myself.
wouldn't.
Yeah, all these supplies for the bed bugs.
Anyways,
Um,
first up, I started to pour
do
some
you know that
coconut
bed
fiber dirt
bugs
into the
are
enclosure for
actually,
step
like-
number 1, the floor. You see, for
I've
most of the
had
floor,
bed
we
bugs
want to
before.
use this dirt material, but that's
And
not it. We actually
had
want
to
to pour a
throw away
layer
my
of
whole
sand on
bed.
top of it, just like this. You see, I'm doing
It
this
was
because
so
bed
bad,
bugs
and
would
I
be
didn't have a
almost
bed for, like, a
impossible to
week.
spot if they were just on dirt, but on the sand, I should be able to see them perfectly.
And I really got to make sure I keep track of every bed bug, because if they escape, let's just say I'm not going to be sleeping too well.
That's
Why am I doing this?
one other
Anyways, I
thing.
finished off the
One other thing. What if they escape? What if the bed bugs just escape, and then what do? Nothing, because you'd have to just throw away your whole bed. Because if you see one bed bug in your bed's cooked. It's just cooked. That's just how it is.
floor by creating some little sand mounds in the back that I would soon be able to cover in decorations. And speaking of decorations, for step number 2,
I
we're gonna
love
put in the
decorating things,
natural
bro.
decorations. For those, I got out some simple stuff like cork bark, spider wood, and some gray stones, and strategically placed them around in the sand. I even stacked a few pieces of wood in this
even
corner
Loopy's
and
tank, I
covered the
love
top
the
in some
decorating
moss
it
to
the
make it
past
look like a
week- this
tree.
past
Yeah, it's
weekend.
pretty
It's
cool.
so
I'm an
fun.
expert designer, as you could tell.
And all this stuff is going to
It
be
does look
perfect
pretty
because
cool.
bed bugs like to hide under tight little spaces just like these.
Which is also why they like to hide under mattresses. Yeah, it's pretty cozy under there.
Imagine you
Finish
just
off
see
the
an actual
natural
bed bug in
decorations.
his
I
bed
planted
and
a
he
bit
didn't
more moss
realize.
around just to add some more
That'd be
color
funny.
and bring the whole thing to life. All right, now for the next step, it's time for the artificial decorations.
And basically what that means is
Artificial.
I literally want to build a mini bed from scratch to put in the middle of this enclosure.
A
The
mini
bed
bed?
bugs will
Like,
prefer to hide
bro.
under natural decorations, or if they really just love beds.
So I drove out to Walmart to grab some supplies.
Okay, so basically,
Imagine they
the plan
prefer the
is
bed
I'm gonna
more.
Buy some fabric, and then I'm gonna fill that fabric with cotton. Then I'm gonna sew the ends of it together, and probably it'll look something like a bed. But I don't know if it's actually gonna work because I've never really properly sewed before. But yeah.
Anyways, I grabbed all the materials needed and drove
Okay,
home.
he's
So
making
anyways,
a
like I
little
was saying
baby
at
bed.
Walmart, we first just put down the fabric like this, and I said I was gonna use cotton, but I found something that would work even better, which is this giant foam board.
And so with that foam, I cut out a bed shape, then cut the fabric and
Looks
got
kinda
the sewing.
comfortable.
Honestly, I had no idea what I was doing. I was kind of just threading the string through randomly, and it ended up looking pretty trash. And eventually the string came apart, so I decided I would just do it the old-fashioned way with some tape, and in no time it was done.
Now, of course, I'm gonna put this in the middle of the enclosure, but that's not all I'm gonna do. You see, the reason bed bugs love mattresses so much is because they smell like humans. So basically, what I need to do is make this mini
They
mattress
like the smell
like
of
me.
humans?
And I have the
Ugh.
perfect idea for how to do that.
So I got out my bike helmet, lined a little towel rag along the front of it, put it on, and started to go for a bike ride.
So basically, I'm just gonna ride around for like 20 or 30 minutes, and that towel I put in my helmet should absorb all the sweat, and then I can just basically squeeze it on that little mini mattress. Yeah, I'm a genius, I know.
So I went on my little
That's
ride up and
disgusting,
down some
bro.
hills, you know. And when I got home, I took the rag off my helmet to see if it would work.
Okay, I think there's like a solid amount of sweat on this, so I guess let me just go and try and squeeze it on top of this. Come on, just get a little bit of sweat out. Oh, shoot. Okay, wait, that's actually a pretty good amount of sweat. Dang, wait. Okay, this is kind of nasty, I'm not gonna lie. And there we go, it just kind of looks like someone peed in the bed now, but hey, this should smell like me now.
Well, now that
That's
the mattress is
disgusting,
done,
bro.
it's time to move on to the final step, which is a DIY technology.
DIY.
Now, you see, bedbugs are attracted to an air molecule called CO2 because it's the same molecule that humans breathe out.
Carbon
And since bedbugs
dioxide.
love that smell so much, I'm gonna build my own custom CO2 emitter right there, and then I'll test.
Do you
to
know
see
how
if the
dangerous
bedbugs,
that
go
is?
flock towards the smell. I don't know. It'll be cool though.
Now, to make a CO2 emitter, you first got to
Did
get
you
out
know
and-
that breathing in CO2, which is what you breathe out, like just straight CO2 in you, you could literally die. It's insane. You could literally die.
nice large soda bottle and pour all the soda out. Well, technically you don't have to pour it out. It's just not healthy to drink that much soda. So, yeah, that's why I'm pouring it
That
out.
is true.
Anyways, then you get
Drinking
the
a whole 2-liter thing of soda. Let me check the chat, see if anybody's in the chat.
like this. You see, I'm doing this because it's a DIY technology. DIY. Bedbugs are attracted to an air molecule called CO2 because it's the same molecule that humans breathe out.
Carbon dioxide. The chicken said hi. What's up, the chicken? Do you know how dangerous that is?
Now, to make a CO2
I'm gonna leave my phone right there. Know that breathing in CO2, which is what you breathe. I'm trying to. Oh, it's so weird, bro. Okay. I'm gonna leave my phone right here so that I can see when y'all talk. So let's get back to the video.
Soda bottle and fill it up with some special ingredients. First, we fill it up almost entirely with water and then add like 2 cups of sugar. And then the final step is to add some yeast in here, which is the same thing you use to bake bread.
Bald Eagles, fireworks, F-16,
Ads, man.
football and big freaking screens with
Basically, all those ingredients I just added are gonna react and do some science, and basically, out the end of this tube that I attached, a bunch of CO2 is just gonna come out, and yeah, I'm just gonna see if the bed bugs go and smell it or something.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know.
really
Well,
dangerous.
the bed bug enclosure is now finished, and that means it's
Just a
time
little
to add
bed
those
in there,
nasty
bro.
creatures inside, and be the first person to have pet bed bugs.
Maybe I think he actually might be the
Alright,
first
well,
person.
here
I
they
don't
are,
think I
the
know
bed
anyone
bugs.
who
They
would
literally
want
just
bed
got
bugs.
delivered, so thankfully they weren't sitting in the snow too long. But as you guys know, I'm not exactly too thrilled to be keeping these as a pet because, like I said,
I
I'm
wouldn't
literally
either.
going to let them be sucking the blood out of my arm. I don't know why I do this.
I forgot
man. Let
that
me just
again.
get them in the
that
enclosure I built for
he's
them.
gonna
So
let
I
them
brought them to my
suck
table,
on
cut
his
the tape,
arm.
and lifted
Suck the blood
flaps.
out of his
Oh
arm. That's
my
disgusting.
gosh. I think they're inside of this thing in here. Okay, I guess let me just get this out. And bro, genuinely, if these things escape, my mom is going to be so mad.
And speaking of escape, you might be wondering,
yeah,
how
those
will
are
I
his
prevent
mom.
them from escaping, considering the enclosure I made literally doesn't have a roof? Well, I forgot one important step, escape-proofing the enclosure.
But don't worry, because I've kept ants before, and I actually got this special serum for the ants that prevents them from escaping, and I'm just hoping that it'll do the same for the bed bugs.
Basically, you just get out a little cotton ball, put some of the special serum on the end, and rub it in along the top edges of the enclosure.
Alright, now even if the bed bugs are able to climb the glass, they're gonna climb up, and then they're gonna get to this stuff, and basically it's just super slippery, so they're just gonna slide right off. And then finally, I'm just gonna put this top on it, just like that. That won't actually do anything, because these holes are pretty sure too big. Yeah, the bugs could probably just fit through it, but whatever.
Anyways, I got out the jar of bed bugs, opened the top of it, and dumped about half of the 10 inside of the enclosure. Immediately, one of the bed bugs started to scurry around his new home looking for cover and went straight into a dark spot under the nearest rock.
Disgusting,
But a
bro.
few seconds later, I saw this bed bug, and he actually ran straight over to the little bed mattress I had made. And after crawling on it for a minute, he set up camp in a little piece of cork bark right next to it. I guess the fact that I had made the mattress smell just like me was working really well, because over the next minute, I saw 2 more of the bed bugs just chilling on the mattress too.
Dang, that's actually cool how they all just went onto this little mini mattress I made instead of all the other decorations. But to be honest, I've kind of already lost track of every single one I put in. Yeah, they're just so small.
But the reason bed bugs are so small is so they can go undetected while hiding in people's beds, and when they find a victim to suck the blood of, they can literally get more than double
Little
in
vampires,
size with
bro.
how much they suck.
Anyways, bed bugs are
Little
nocturnal because
vampires.
obviously they feed on people at night. So in order to get them to suck my arm, I'm gonna bring my mom in here at night, show my new pet to her, and then get her to film
Wait,
me.
why is the bed over there now?
This is not gonna be fun, but let's just go cut
Moved
to
it.
then.
Later that
Hey, Mom, you can
night.
come in.
Hey, bud.
Hi. Oh, that's a cool hoodie and hat you got on. Where'd you get that?
TerraGreenStore.com.
Oh, that's cool. All right, well, come in anyways. The
W
reason I
plug?
brought you here.
I
You haven't
guess.
seen my new pet, but basically, I have another new pet to show you. Yeah, so basically, just a channel tradition. You have to guess what pet is in there based on the stuff.
I'm gonna guess. I'm thinking a spider.
A spider?
A spider.
Well, it's a bug, and I'm just gonna tell you what it is. It's, well, don't get mad at me. Seriously, it's bed bugs.
No, it's not, dude.
Yes, it's pet bed bugs. That's
no,
funny.
That's not cool.
It's pretty funny. Okay.
No, dude.
Okay, so to attract the bed
No,
bugs, I built
dude,
this
yo,
little
my mom would
contraption.
kill me,
Basically,
bro.
Just take that off, and I'm just gonna pour some of this stuff. It's yeast. But basically, this is gonna have a chemical reaction in this bottle, and after I shake it up, it's basically gonna produce carbon dioxide, which is CO2. I'm just gonna leave this tube here, and we'll just see if any bed bugs
my
come
God,
out, so you can
dude.
see them. Wait. Do you see that?
Oh my god.
Wait. Right, no, there actually is one right there. Do you see that? It's like a little tiny orange thing.
Yes.
Oh, that's a bed bug.
Oh
Dude,
my
that's
God, you're so
disgusting,
crazy.
bro.
But the good thing is you're not gonna have to deal with them because, well, I have to tell you something. You remember the other day I got a leech and I let it suck on my arm?
Yes.
I have to do that with the bed bugs.
No.
Yes.
No.
Okay,
They
well-
don't
She
feed
said
us with
no.
their arm.
Yeah, they suck your blood.
Oh my god, they do not.
So basically, I've collected about
She said
4 of the
no.
bed bugs in this
Yeah.
jar. Well, I just gotta roll up my sleeve, I guess, and we're gonna feed them.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my god,
Alright,
why is
so,
he doing
Well,
this?
I guess let me just start. We're just gonna tip the jar like that and slowly let them crawl out. Okay, there's one on my arm right there.
Oh
Let's
my
just
god,
test
dude.
it with one.
Yeah, we're just doing one.
Just with
No,
two.
just do 2. Don't do any more than that.
That's okay. We need to get all 4
No,
of
we
them.
do not. No. Okay, put them back. That's it.
Why?
Because they're crawling and I'm not getting them anywhere else in this house.
It's okay, they'll bite me. So basically, they can pick up the scent immediately of what my arm is like, and I'm pretty sure these 3 are already all biting me. This one's just the one that hasn't bit yet.
Soon enough, all 4 were biting, and basically all I felt was a little bit of a prick. The pain wasn't anything crazy though. But over the next 10 minutes, my mom and I would watch them fill up with my blood.
Alright, so I just took the camera from you, and as you can see, I think they're starting to fill up. Is this weird?
Yeah, it's super weird. Oh, you can see them fill up with blood?
Yeah, if you look closely at their bodies, like you remember how they were super thin, now they're kind of getting a little thicker, and it should start to turn red soon. Oh, they already are actually.
Disgusting.
Oh, do you see that one?
Ew.
It's starting to move.
No.
That means it's done.
Oh my god, good.
So basically what you do when it's done,
All of them in the jar.
it's okay, we'll get it, don't worry.
You see, basically when they start moving, that's when they're done feeding. So I put 2 of them back in the jar since they were
bro,
done. Then a couple
I
minutes
would never
later,
do
another
this,
one
dude.
finished, and then the final one a few minutes after that.
Because I'd lose them, and they're in my bed, and I'm literally cooked. I'm literally cooked.
Right. Don't ever do this, anyone.
Alright, well, I just let bedbugs suck my blood for like 10 minutes, so please just subscribe, that's all I'm asking, and also,
Subscribe.
gross,
And
man.
make sure to check out the merchandise before Christmas because it's almost sold out.
yeah, and it's not gonna arrive in time if you don't buy it right
Yep,
now.
you gotta buy it right now.
Thanks for watching, everyone. If you want to watch another video, click the video on the screen. Goodbye. 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 Goodbye.
Bro, what is Jacob saying, bro? Like this guy, bro.
Today, I was scrolling through YouTube and found a video.
Let's watch something else now. 1,000 flies versus Venus flytrap.
This is 50 Venus flytrap plants. And in this video, I'm gonna put 1,000 flies in the same container as them. Will the sheer number of flies trick the traps, causing them to close, or are the flies just simply cooked?
Yeah, I don't know, but
Are they
that's why
cooked,
I
chat?
bought this.
This is 1,000 fly larvae. Yeah, might look extremely nasty, but over the next week, as long as I feed them food, they should all turn into flies so I can do this test.
So what
Oh
we get for
my
these guys to turn
God,
into flies,
dude.
obviously I have all of these Venus
That's
flytraps, but I also have
disgusting,
tons of
man.
other carnivorous plants that you may have never even seen before. Meaning I'm gonna be able to do tons of different tests in this video. It's gonna be super cool.
And for test number 1, I want to show you guys the smallest of Venus flytraps.
Now, you know it may sound stupid, but
Oh,
I
those are
promise you
tiny.
how they work and catch insects is actually really insane. Let me show you how they work.
And yeah, it's not a joke how small these things are, because when compared to normal Venus flytraps, the jaws are about 10 times smaller. And in fact, they're kind of cute, to be honest.
But since these are minuscule, the normal prey I feed in my videos is not gonna cut it. Yeah,
Nope.
sorry Cricket, you get
Too
to live
big.
another day. That's why instead I got literally the smallest thing available.
These are flightless fruit flies, which if you've seen my channel before,
those
you
are
know they're pretty much the
tiny,
most useless animal. Cause seriously, bro, how are you a fly that doesn't have the ability to fly? That doesn't make any sense.
And it
But
has
anyways, I put the
wings, and that
smallest
they
Venus
don't even
flytraps in the
use. They
testing
don't even
enclosure,
use their
then I
wings.
put one of these flies inside
keep
to
thinking
see
my
if he'd
camera's
get
right
caught.
there.
Start
That's
the
right there.
timer. Now this fly didn't waste any time, cause it immediately walked straight up to one of the Venus
you
flytrap
done?
pots, and then started to walk all over the tops of the jaws, absolutely risking his life. You may already know this, but normal Venus flytraps work by having these super tiny trigger hairs inside of them that when a bug or something touches them, it snaps shut. But these traps are obviously the smallest in the world. Because of that, they have extremely small trigger hairs. And I'm talking so small that if I zoom in like 100x on this footage, they're so thin, my camera can't even pick them up. And I guess the trigger hairs were quite literally so thin that every time this flightless fruit fly walked inside the jaw of a trap, the jaw didn't close at all, and the fly was able to just walk out. I mean, it kind of makes sense.
Lucky
These flightless
boy,
fruit
lucky
flies
boy.
weigh about 0.0003 grams. So yeah, I guess the traps quite literally can't even be triggered by how light their weight is.
Yeah, clearly the
Where's this ad, bruh? Out of my face.
The fruit flies aren't gonna work, so instead
Nope.
I got the world's smallest cricket instead to test. Let's see if this works any better.
And oh boy, let me just tell you, things were a lot more interesting this time around. Because once
Isn't
again,
that just
the
a
cricket
baby
walked
cricket?
straight up to one of the trap pots and started climbing all over the tops once again. But this time, quite literally within 30 seconds, the cricket happened to put his
RIP
face
to the
up to the
millions
lip
of
of one of the
flies.
Venus
Yo,
flytraps.
Jacob,
You may
bro.
also already know this, but these plants produce a special kind of nectar around the lips of their jaws to lure insects in like this cricket.
Did y'all
And you
know
can
that?
see it was working pretty well because this cricket was just absolutely slurping this nectar up. But he was getting a bit too distracted because he then stepped into the trap, probably stepping on the micro trigger hairs,
I
which
got.
then caused the jaws of it to close. But the cricket was too fast and he was barely able to make it out with his life. Dang, that was a close call, but you can see how quickly that can all happen. And yeah, don't worry guys, because there's only a few minutes later when the cricket did the same exact thing. He walked up to another jaw, walked straight into it, and yeah, this time the trap closed on him while he was starting to walk out, leaving half of his body now sticking out of
He
the
got
trap.
cooked.
Even though these are the smallest Venus flytraps in the world, they trap insects nearly just as well as the fully grown ones. It's pretty interesting.
Dearly.
And yeah, while I wait for those 1,000 flies to
Ay, ay.
hatch so we can do the final
much,
test,
bro.
in the meantime, I want to show you some
Like
other
that,
insane
bro.
carnivorous plants that you may have never seen before, with the second one being sundews.
Yep,
is
everyone
a
knows what
sundew?
Venus flytraps are, but not everyone knows what a sundew is. But they're
I
actually
don't.
pretty cool. Let me show you what they do.
So obviously, like fly traps, sundews are also a carnivorous plant. Except instead of having jaws, it has these long stems with these little red hairs on the top of them. But on each of these little red hairs is a special kind of sticky glue it produces that will make it so when a fly or any other insect touches it, it gets permanently stuck because of how sticky it is.
And when an insect gets stuck on here, the trap does something insane to be able to consume the insect, which I'll show you very soon when it obviously
I
traps the
never
insect.
knew what
So
these
yeah, I
plants
got
were,
multiple of
bro.
these sundew plants, and I even got this slightly different kind of sundew called an octopus plant. That will be cool to see if this can catch any insects as well. So let's get these in the testing
never knew
chamber.
these plants
For this, I think
existed.
I'll be using a cricket once again because they're literally perfect. They can just climb up the side of the stems and yeah, just get stuck.
Poor
This should be
crickets,
fun to
man.
watch. Let's put this dude
RIP to the
inside.
crickets,
So yeah,
bro.
once again, I just started with one of these guys, but if this guy gets caught fast, I'll be adding way more inside of here. Anyways, so this cricket for the first minute kind of just wandered around the walls of the enclosure, but it wasn't long until he started heading towards the sundews. Now you see
Like,
the
bro,
sticky glue that this plant produces is actually a
you
type
would
of
never
nectar,
know
which
if you
smells
were
and
a
tastes
cricket, bro,
great
and
to
you
the
saw that
insects. So
plant.
yeah, just like how
Now
Venus
that looks
flytraps
like a
lure
freaking
insects in
monster.
with their nectar,
Those
these
plants
traps
do,
do the
but
same
this,
because this
like,
cricket
dude,
then decided
you would
to
not
start
know
climbing
that
up
that
the
was a
stem.
freaking
The only thing is
monster
though that
plant
he
that
ended
would
up
eat
stopping
you.
right before the sticky part, and that's
Like,
actually
bro.
because of his antenna. You see, crickets have these pretty long antennas that help them navigate and detect danger before running into it, and this guy's antenna actually ended up getting stuck in the sticky nectar part. But using its mouth, it was able to pull the antenna back and then started to lick all the nectar off of it. Yeah, and I'm not kidding. This cricket really just sat here for like 30
Lucky,
minutes,
bro.
constantly licking his antenna, then putting it back into the sticky nectar, and then licking it back up. He was kind of outsmarting this carnivorous plant and just getting its nectar for free. So I'm not gonna
This
lie,
guy's
I just tried to
smart.
push him towards it with my tweezers since he clearly wasn't gonna do it on his own.
Bro cheated
And
there.
yeah, he just kind of ended up falling off.
Yo, what the heck? I was just trying to record that cricket and I just realized there's a jumping spider in here. Do you see that? It's on the little octopus plant. Is it stuck?
Yeah, this jumping spider just happened to wander into this enclosure by accident. I guess he was just living somewhere in my house. But since he was here, I figured I'd just watch him to see if he would get caught by the traps. And pretty
Free
quickly, he
content,
started
bro.
to climb the stems of the trap and got up to the sticky part. But yeah, he was kind of too smart for this trap too and turned around the second he realized it was sticky. But it was pretty cool to watch this guy just jump around the plants. However,
Wait,
he
bro,
never really ended
I
up
didn't
getting
even
trapped,
see
and he
him
ended
jump
up cool
just
to watch
now.
this guy just jump around the plants.
That was
I'm
so
not gonna lie,
fast.
Ended up getting trapped, and he ended up just to watch this guy just jump around the plants. However, he never really
I'm
ended
just
up getting
blind.
trapped, and he ended up just climbing out of the enclosure.
All right, guys, I'm not gonna lie. This cricket, I've been trying to record him getting eaten for like 2 hours now. And every time, right before going on the sticky part, he just stops and cleans his antenna. And yeah, he just turns around and never actually goes on the sticky part. He's too smart for this.
He even
So,
tried
yeah,
to
let me take this guy out.
He even
Instead,
tried
I
to put
actually
him in
just
there,
got out the
didn't work.
flightless fruit flies again, because apparently this is actually sundews Sandu's favorite insects. And yeah, I just dumped a few on the sand, and it wasn't long until some of them started to climb all over the stems and eventually started getting stuck all over the different sticky
man,
parts.
he's
I
stuck.
even went and just dumped a crazy amount of these flies all over the top of the Sundew plants to show you guys exactly how cool Sundews really are. Because obviously, now you
they
can see the
all
sticky
got
parts of the
stuck,
plants
bro.
are just completely covered in flightless fruit flies. Now, if you're wondering how this plant actually eats the flies, well, this footage shows how. As you can see, it uses each of its red hairs to basically curl around the prey. And once all of those curl around it, the stem
How
itself
does it
also
do
starts
that?
to curl around the prey. This will basically ensure the fly has a 0% chance of escaping, while the plant releases basically an acid to consume it. Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
So yeah, it's pretty cool to see these things work. All these flies are just gonna turn into
Can that
food
eat,
for
like,
the
your
plants
finger?
very soon.
Alright,
Well, I saw him
there's
put his
still
finger on
one
it, it
more
wasn't
major
sticking.
carnivorous plant
So
type
now
that I
this
haven't
one.
shown yet.
But like,
They're
let's say you
called
leave it
pitcher
there,
plants.
and you want it.
Yep, this plant can also eat
Would it eat your
insects.
finger
And actually,
if
how
you
it does
just
it is
left it
probably
there?
the most brutal out of all of them. Let me show you.
I'm not
Yep,
trying.
like I said,
but-
these are called pitcher plants. And similar to the last plant, they have pretty long stems that go up. But the difference is, this time, at the top, there's this little trapdoor leaf thing that if you look is actually covering a hole that leads directly down to a pit of acid at the bottom of the stem. Yep, these traps have this little hole here that's lined with a
like their
super
mouth.
slippery nectar on the inside. So whenever an insect walks inside,
has a
they'll
mouth,
slip into
bro?
the acid at the bottom. And yeah.
And what's really cool is if you actually look inside of this pitcher plant, since it's kind of small and shallow, you can actually see the pool of acid at the bottom. And it actually looks like there's a couple little flies and stuff in there, which it looks like it's actually already dissolving. So yeah, it'd be cool to see some crickets or something fall in these. Let's test
can
it out.
see
I didn't
the
even need
acid.
to use an enclosure this time because I knew this was going to be an extremely fast test. Because immediately after placing the cricket on this first pitcher plant, it started to climb along the sides of the red pitcher. As you can see, the inside of the plant is lined with these downward pointing hairs. This is to make it even more slippery and hard to escape. And yeah, it's kind of funny to see how fast this all happens, but the next time the cricket went to the opening of this plant, it straight up just slipped in right away. Nah, this dude had no clue this plant has evolved over millions of years to just be able to eat them this fast.
Yo, bro.
Yeah, and as you can see on this footage that I recorded on my phone, he was now just sitting at the bottom of this pool of acid. Over the next few days, it'll dissolve him and turn him into nutrients for this
must
plant to grow
hurt, man.
even stronger and larger. Nice.
And yeah, that's really all
Imagine
there is
being
to
in
these
a
pitcher
pit
plants.
of
They're not really the most
acid
interesting thing
in a
ever. But I
plant
actually have
with no
some great news, guys, because if you look in this container, you can see many of my flies are starting to hatch.
And that means we can finally start doing some massive scale Venus flytrap tests and eventually test as many flies as I can against all of my Venus flytraps to see who wins. Let's start very simple though with 5 Venus flytraps versus a single fly. And let's see if this fly can
Bro,
get
that
trapped
fly's
in
cooked.
under a minute. Now I know you may be thinking, bruh, Terra Green, I don't care about one fly, this is boring. Well, don't worry, because this literally only lasted like 20 seconds. Because immediately this fly
I knew
started to
that fly
crawl
was
up the
cooked,
side of a
bro.
pot, and of course he made his way immediately into a jaw, triggered one of the hairs, and it closed directly onto him. Yep, flies
I
are
knew he was
basically
cooked.
the one thing Venus flytraps are the best at catching. I mean, they're called Venus flytraps for a reason.
Anyways, I got the tank where the final test will be taking
Venus
place, right here, obviously.
flytraps,
And
bro.
oh, on
Outrageous.
top, there is a box that I want to show you. There is something really cool in this box. It's these 2 little drawstring bags.
As you can see, they say Terrapals on them, and that's because Terrapals is what I'm calling my brand new line of plushies. And in this first limited edition drop, we've released a
Plushies,
super
man.
cool jumbo
We don't
snake
really
and
care
a
about
super
your
Side
promotion.
bin, as you can sign 20 again.
back to the final. I put them straight into this enclosure so we could get this final test started. Quickly, I removed the lid and started the timer. Let the test begin. Now, immediately, a couple of the flies started to fly out of the container, and others started to walk
flies
out
are
of the
huge,
sides.
bro.
Now, there was something weird, though, because while the container had a decent amount of movement in it, only like 10 of the flies were actually leaving the container over the 4-hour time lapse here. Yeah, basically all the flies were staying in there. So I decided to just take the paper towel out that they were all on and try tried to just shake off as many as I could onto the Venus flytraps. And obviously,
When's he
this
gonna
meant
do a
that
face
few of the
reveal, man?
flies were now scattered all over the traps, and were actually starting to get trapped. But most of them were just being super inactive, barely moving, and not flying. I guess because they were just newly hatched flies, and it takes a while for them to become normal.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, guys. This
Bro,
is kind of a
they
fail.
were
Basically,
just
none of
born,
the flies are
and then
flying
they just
around, and
died.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish this.
But don't worry, because my YouTube friend Flytrap Films recorded a test with an insane amount of flies, super similar to this. And he wanted me to show you it. In it, you can see he has a Venus flytrap plant out, and also a bunch of rotten meat in order to attract the flies. Yeah, and it worked really well, because instantly tons of flies started to gather around this plant.
Look at
You
all
guessed
them.
it, started to get trapped. I mean, when you have this many flies,
Bro.
it's a given that tons are just gonna get trapped right away. And what's so crazy is that sometimes so many would gather on some of the jaws before they close, causing up to
a
6
plant
flies to
can
get trapped
eat
in the
a
same
fly,
jaw
bro.
at the same time. What? Flytrap Films himself
That's
said that this is the
insane.
most flies he's ever seen get caught at once. Also, some bonus footage for you guys. Hey, you remember those pitcher plants from earlier? Flytrap Films also did the same test with a massive pitcher plant to show you guys how effective these things are at catching flying insects. And this plant literally just looks like a vacuum cleaner sucking up all the flies. Which in a way, it kinda is, because every time a flying insect flaps its wings above the opening in this plant, it creates a weird kind of vacuum effect with the wind, causing the bug to actually get pulled down into it. And yup, after not too much time, this thing just caught so many flies. And it was literally just starting to overflow. That is probably the craziest performance from a carnivorous plant that I have ever
He
seen.
had a good
Thank you,
they
Flytrap
had a
Films,
good
for
meal
letting me
that
show
day.
you this footage. Make sure to check out more of his videos, guys, if you want to see more like this. His content is so cool.
Anyways, hopefully
Make
you
sure
guys
to check
learned
him out,
something
y'all.
new about carnivorous plants in this video.
I
And
did.
remember, guys, check out the brand
did
new
learn a
Terra
lot
Green
new.
Limited.
Thank you, Tara Green. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, the lights have been off for a little bit, and hold on one second. Let me. Alright, so the lights have been on for a minute. If y'all. Thanks, Jacob. I appreciate that, man. Dude, this is why he's a mod, bro. This is why he's a mod. What a W, mans. But yeah, if you guys enjoy my content and you like daily live streams, reactions, someday I'll do gaming. Once I can get a better PC, I might do gaming. But yeah, if you enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe, y'all. It's time to get the special guest, Loopy. Bow, bow, bow. Let's get him. There he is, man. He's out and about. Loopy. Let's be honest, y'all. The real star of the show, is Loopy, bro. He's the real star of the show, man. Loopy. Loopy, dude. Look at this dude. Loopy. He's such a W, bro. You're such a W, aren't you, Loopy? Such a W. Huh, Whoopi? I love you, buddy. Loopy is such a W, man. Such a W. Loopy time. Yes, man. Yep, there he goes. Every time I hold him, he crawls on my arm, bro. I don't know why, but he likes to climb on my arm. And you know what's funny? He knows that I don't like it, so he tries to go as fast as he can. Every single time. Watch. Watch this. He'll climb up my arm, and he'll go super fast because he knows I don't like it, bro. You know I don't like you when you do that, buddy. Look at how big he's gotten, though. Yeah. It's insane. It's a freaking monster. No. You know you can't do that, Loopy. Like, bro, he would climb on my back, on my head, bro. All types of stuff. Yo. What's good, Tanisha? Welcome back. I saw you in my last stream. Welcome back, Tanisha. It's Loopy time, man. Look at him. Look at Loopy, bro. He's so cute, man. He's like 2 years old. Love him, bro. Love you, Loopy. He's a beautiful orange color. He has a beautiful long tail. Big tail. Look at that, man. Look at that tail, dude. Look at that orange. See those scales, man? Look at him. He's so pretty, dude. He's just climbing. He's just exploring, man. He really wants to get on my desk. Every time I bring him out, he always wants to get on my desk. I don't know why, but he always wants it. Loopy, no. No, Loopy. No, buddy. You can't go up there, okay? I'm gonna go show my dad Loopy real quick. Because he doesn't see him a lot. So every time I get him out, I like to show it to him and my other family. So I'll be right back. Wow, the be right back sign isn't above everything. Be right back. back, you guys. I have returned. And so has Loopy. Yeah. Loopy hath returned. Stream's lagging, man. It's stuck on Be Right Back. Loopy, you're gonna have to go back. Alright, buddy. It was fun. Love you, man. You go back to your room. Stop it. Loopy, stop. Stop it, Loopy. No, no, sir. No, no, sir. Loopy. Why does it say this, man? Why? Why is it lagging out? Why is it lagging out? Alright, y'all, I think I'm gonna end the stream here. If you guys enjoyed, you know, hit that like and subscribe button. But love all of y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.